I'm Chef Laura, and I should probably be saying Guten Tag because I'm here in Bilsingen, Germany at the friend's home, Silvio and Irina Mueller. I'm in their kitchen, and as I was rifling through their cabinets the other day, I saw a box of nettle tea. And I took a walk later that day and found actually live, young, succulent plants of stinging nettle. Of course, I dared not pick any then because I would have wound up being miserable for the rest of the day. So I've decided that I'm going to pick some nettles and make several different dishes out of it. And I'm going to take you on this little trek with me to identify nettles. Why nettles? Well, aside from being absolutely delicious when prepared properly, nettles have incredible healing properties. Nettles are very high in calcium and iron. And also, interestingly, even though they contain a high amount of histamine and inflammatory chemicals that sting you if the needles pierce your skin, you can actually reverse that property by cooking the nettles and eating it or drinking the tea and create a wonderful anti-inflammatory tea that's almost every bit as effective as taking a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug such as Celebrex. So to start this journey that I'm very willing to take, I need to prepare myself because I don't want to get stung by the leaves. Although some people actually intentionally get themselves stung by the plant to relieve symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis. But I have a very short time that I'm here in Germany, and I want to enjoy my vacation and not have to go hunting around for an antidote to relieve the skin. So here are the things you're going to need to pick nettles. Long sleeve shirt, preferably with cuffs. You need some gloves, and you can either use rubber gloves like you would use to wash dishes, or these gloves here are made of leather, so you want some gloves that can't be pierced by the stinging nettle. You'll need some scissors or some sort of little clippers to clip the nettles, and you'll need a collection container, and I'm just going to use a big shopping bag, and according to my resources on the web, you need about 4 gallons quote-unquote, of nettle leaves to amount to a significant amount to make a few dishes. I think I'll probably be able to make like 4 different dishes from this quantity of nettles. Well, here I am in the countryside in Bilsingen, Germany, very near the Mosel River. It's a wonderful wine country, and it also happens to be a haven for wild growing stinging nettle. And I'm here where I discovered a patch along my walk, and I'm going to show you how to harvest the young nettle and to identify it. So here is a young nettle plant, and I call it young because it hasn't flowered yet. And you do not want the flowering nettle, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Because the flowering nettle contains a chemical that actually can be damaging to the kidneys if eaten in large quantities. So we're going to harvest this flowering plant, and what you want to do is get like the top 3 or 4 sets of leaves, because the leaves below that are pretty tough. And I've just been cutting it with scissors, and I pick it up with the scissors, and I just drop it into the bag. And that's all you have to do, except you'll need to collect lots of these. Alright, so I just wanted to show you what the flowering plant looks like, so you know that that is not the optimum plant to harvest. And right in here, this is the nettle, and you see all the little fronds of flowers coming off the plant. So here we are back in Silvio and Irina's kitchen again, and I'm going to show you how to remove the nettle leaves from the stems. As you can see with the gloves, I can safely hold the nettle stem, and as you'll see in this photo, there's an illustration of the little needle-like hairs on the nettle, which is what injects the histamine and those other inflammatory compounds when they stick you. But all I'm going to do is cut off the leaves and not keep the rough stems, so just discard the stems. And that's all you have to do. Now, if I were more skilled at this, I've seen some people just take their gloved hand and just kind of pull the leaves off, which is much quicker, but we're all just getting started, so we'll go slowly. And once you've cut the leaves off from the stem, you want to rinse them really well in water. Earlier this morning I had a sink full of these leaves and I just covered them with water. And once they're rinsed, just strain them out. And I'm going to take this amount here and make some nettle tea from it. This morning I prepared a much bigger batch and actually cooked about 4 gallons worth of leaves that cooked down to the size of about this much. And I'm going to cover this, or add enough water, actually, not cover it, so it can boil. If you want to make a tea from it, then you'll add a little bit more water, so you have a quantity that you can drink. You can salt it up a little bit, or if you're drinking it as a tea and you want it to be a little bit sweet, then don't add any salt to it. And we'll just bring this to a boil, cover it, reduce it to a simmer, and cook it until it is nice and tender. So I have boiled the nettle leaves for about 10 minutes, and now they have turned a beautiful green color, and the water is a nice green. It smells a little bit like spinach, and to make the tea, I'll just pour it out and drink. If you want a much more potent tea, and it actually will be more of an infusion, you can leave the leaves in the water, let it cool and let it stay in the water for several hours, and then you have a more potent mixture there to drink. But I'm going to enjoy mine as a nice afternoon tea. As you can see, I still have on my long sleeves because in late May it can still be a little bit chilly in Germany. And I will take the leftover leaves and add them to some other leaves I already prepared, and I'll have it available to chop up to use in omelets or to make a beautiful green nettle soup. And you can go on the website and click on the recipe for the nettle soup and enjoy.